You sit down, draft a plan for a new ambition, and feel a surge of absolute certainty. 3 weeks later, you drop the pen, walk away, and leave that notebook to collect dust. Standard planning frameworks, like SMART goals, prioritize the logistics of an objective. They are effective at defining timelines and deliverables, but they often overlook the individual expected to perform the work. Mechanical parameters provide the how and the when, but these gears turn in isolation. A spreadsheet does not generate the personal drive required to sustain effort over months or years. This creates a paradox. Why do goals that make perfect sense on paper so often fail to gain momentum in the real world? Objectives built entirely on obligation and practical metrics are inherently fragile. Without an underlying psychological drive, even the most logical plan eventually loses out to daily friction. The Coactive Training Institute approaches goal setting through a different lens. They operate on the principle that the person pursuing the goal is naturally creative, resourceful, and capable of significant growth. Coaches within this model use a collaborative relationship to surface the client's agenda. They focus on two simultaneous tracks, moving the project forward while deepening the client's self-awareness. To bridge the gap between dry logistics and this deeper engagement, they utilize a specific framework, the exact coaching model. Exact is a piece of emotional architecture. It is designed to take a passive desire and structure it into an objective that is both practically sound and personally meaningful. Take a common, well-intentioned ambition from a nonprofit leader who says they want to help more kids. The first step is the E for explicit. We remove the vagueness, defining a specific outcome that can be observed and verified by anyone. Then we add the capital X for exciting. This is the emotional hook that traditional frameworks often ignore. A coach probes for what lights a client up, identifying the specific values that make a goal feel personally significant rather than just professional. When an objective is linked to these values, it shifts from an external mandate to a personal passion. This excitement provides the necessary fuel for the long term. Without it, the most explicit and logical goals risk being abandoned as soon as the initial novelty fades. To keep that excitement grounded, we add A for assessable, using objective metrics, and C for challenging, which requires the client to stretch their current capabilities. These elements force measurable progress. By stretching the budget and tracking donor counts, the goal moves from an abstract vision into a concrete demand. The final anchor is T for time-framed. A firm deadline creates the urgency needed to prevent drifting. The coach's role is to scale these challenges appropriately. They push the client beyond their comfort zone while ensuring the goal remains achievable to avoid demotivation. This accessibility allows for regular course corrections. Because the progress is measured objectively, the client can analyze their setbacks without falling into a cycle of self-judgment. The final 3 letters, A, C, and T, structure the high-energy vision into a sequence of practical, manageable steps. The completed exact structure balances the drive of emotional resonance with the reliability of practical metrics. Comparing the original vague desire to the finished exact goal reveals a complete structural shift in how the objective is framed. This process rewires the individual's relationship to their work. The goal is no longer a distant shore. It is an active, structured commitment. The exact model works because it pairs the friction of a challenge with the fuel of excitement. By anchoring logistical tasks in personal values, the model overcomes the typical drop-off in motivation, leading to a 30 to 50% increase in long-term retention. This emotional connection serves as a quantifiable driver, providing the endurance required to meet difficult milestones. This architecture is versatile. It applies equally to career shifters seeking influence and wellness clients pursuing improved vitality. It facilitates what coaches call the acorn-to-oak process, the structured transition of an internal vision into a realized external achievement. Sustainable success happens when we move past building goals based on duty and start engineering objectives that make us come alive.